Thanks for joining us. Now, a pregnant woman, her son, and one other occupant of a tricycle popularly known as Pragya in Kumasi have been burned to death after their vehicle collided with a truck at Anloga Junction. JoyNews' Erastus Asaridonko shared this account.
It sent shocks down the spine of many who had gathered there, and you saw that woman who was wailing. She doesn't have any family member in that accident, but the sight of people burning in that tricycle got her so emotional. People were wailing here and there. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but this one, nobody even ventured to try to even quench the fire. You could see a number of people, thousands.
We apologize for the loss of sound there. Now, 2 policemen and a complainant have been severely assaulted by some residents of Palmufo, a community in the northern region. The men had gone there Thursday evening to arrest a suspect, but the residents allegedly disarmed them and beat them till their uniforms were soaked with blood. The Northern Regional Crime Officer, Superintendent Bernard Baba Ananga, spoke to JoyNews.
What actually happened was that there was a complaint of theft by one complainant who came to district police and alleged that a suspect entered his cornmeal shop and stole the machine. So policemen were detailed to effect the arrest. He led the policemen to Fu, which is the surrounding village within Tamale. So they succeeded in effecting the arrest. However, they were pounced upon by the villagers and rescued the suspect. Along the line, not only that, they attacked them, beat them up with sticks, cutlasses, and others. They sustained injuries, and one of them managed to escape and call for police assistance. So a reinforcement from the CTU proceeded to the village and rescued them, and also went thereafter to arrest some suspects. As we speak, we are processing them for court. One was treated and later on discharged. One is still on admission at the hospital. We visited them, and they're responding to treatment, the 2 of them. One sustained cutlass wounds to the forehead, and other one also sustained cutlass wounds to the head as well. So far, they are doing well as we speak. We arrested about 26, and after investigations, we have about 15 at hand to be taken to court.
Live on JoyNews today. Now, with the right investment, Ghana can earn more money from cassava than the revenue raked in by cocoa. That's the view of Professor Emmanuel Bobobi, an agricultural engineer and running mate of the Convention People's Party (CPP). Cocoa generates $2 billion annually, but cassava is projected to rake in more than double the amount with less investment. Now, Professor Bobobi says the use of modern agricultural methods is key in realizing the potential. He has innovated a cassava harvester to reduce drudgery in cassava cultivation. Nane Aljima spent time on his farm and filed this report.
My name is Professor Emmanuel Bobobi. I'm an agricultural engineer, in fact, the rank of associate professor, and I'm the vice presidential running mate for the CPP in the 2020 December election. I've been actually a lecturer in this university since 1998, and my research interest or focus has been in agricultural mechanization I'm taking you to my research farm, where over the years I've been developing or demonstrating mechanized way of planting and cultivating cassava up to harvesting. So you go there and then you see how cassava must be planted in the modern way. In fact, the demonstration plot is to actually come out with the correct protocol of cassava cultivation so that it will be enjoyable and attractive, especially to the youth, to take as a full-time business. This is the way to the farm. We are going to see is 10 acres or 4 hectares, which I'll be using to do demonstration of mechanized cassava production, and also to use as an outdoor laboratory to teach students.
See, this is damage.
I need help.
This is me trying to finish what the prof couldn't finish, and even though I've tried excavating part of the sand, still difficult. You have to be very careful when excavating the sand. You might end up damaging the cassava itself. Already. It's coming! Ah! Finally.
Look at all that. Yeah, you can see what Yahoo has done. I mean, he has to come to my aid. But look, he has damaged virtually everything is broken. And cassava starts deteriorating after 24 hours, after a day of harvesting. So if we don't go and process it, now this is manual. But if this were to mature and then we use the mechanical one, you see that no damage. So that one also gives the farmer some breathing space to be able to gather and then take it to the processing center. I've actually sold some to South Africa, and then Nigeria, and then Jamaica, and I've got actually orders from New Zealand and then the Fiji Islands. Yeah, but there are interests in other African countries also.
How much more?
This one costs 5,000 cedis, $5,000 only. In fact, this is for life. In fact, the whole thing you are seeing now, in fact, it is for life. It will not spoil in anybody's lifetime. The only thing that will change is the blade, which I have actually formulated for my PhD work, and it is reversible. So when one side is worn, you reverse it, and then it will do double the area. That's the only spare part. Otherwise, this is for life. And when you use it to harvest, it goes deeper than plowing. So it is like you have plowed. In fact, during the harvesting time, if you come and see it, when you harvest, the field is plowed. So you save time and energy and money on plowing. So it's a double operation. Then after that, you just ridge or harrow, and then you ridge and plant. So it is actually a very, very tropicalized innovation. It has been designed and developed like this from the German version to this one to actually be useful to the African farmer. Because I'm a son of a farmer, and then I know what goes into it. So it has been developed like this with the African farmer in mind. And apart from cassava, it harvests yam also easily. But it must also be planted in rows on ridges, and even if it is mound, the mound must also be in line so that the tractor can pass through. Then it can harvest sweet potato. It can harvest sweet potato, it can harvest Irish potato, and then it can harvest cocoyam. We produce about 19 million tons of cassava. 19 million tons. But we can get to, Nigeria produces about 54 to 56 million tons. Globally, the whole visit is about 256 million tons. So this one is just forming. It's now, we call it bulking. Cassava developed as a root. Then after the roots have developed, then it starts filling. When it starts filling, we call it bulking. So this one here just started bulking. If I to grow to maybe twice the size of this.
So, Prof, with you as Vice President, hopefully, how is the CPP government going to ensure that we give the cassava cultivation or cassava production the needed attention that you are pushing for here?
This is 2 kilos. This was planted in June. So this is 5 months old. This is food already, but it is not matured for harvesting.
Let's take you to Techiman now, where the national celebration for Farmers' Day is being held. And Anas Sabit has joined us with more. Anas, tell us about the ceremony today.
Daniel, the ceremony has started already. In fact, it started moments ago. The president just arrived and he has been introduced. As I talk to you now, it is the chairman of the occasion who doubles as the president of the Bono East Regional House of Chiefs, Pim Nana Yaukampresa, who is currently delivering his acceptance speech to be the chairman of the event. After that, there will be a series of speeches by the sector ministers and then by the president before the award winners will be awarded for this year's award ceremony. So as I speak to you now, the chairman of the occasion, Bono is now president of the House of Chiefs, is the one who is speaking.
Speeches are read, especially the president and the national best farmer. Right, Anas, we will come back to you when we have more there. But even before we wrap up in the current conversation, Anas, let us know quickly the representation in the audience. Who are those dignitaries who are in attendance?
The president, like I said earlier, is the special guest. He's here. We also have the Minister of State in charge of Agriculture, Dr. Jele Nura, who is also the chairman of the National Planning Committee for this year's event, is also here. The Minister for Fisheries, Elizabeth Apolokwe, is also here. We have the Bono East Regional Minister here. Several other dignitaries are also here from various, many sectors of government are all here to grace the occasion. Also, all the paramount chiefs of the Bono East region are also here in their numbers. The award winners, we can't, we have to also mention on their presence. And then the public are also here in their numbers to witness this memorable occasion.
Right, and as you mentioned that the chairman for the occasion, who is the president of the Regional House of Chiefs, is delivering his acceptance speech. Did you catch a few words of what he said? We will be bringing you more from the celebration of the National Farmers' Day. Now, it is one of the Upper West region's leading tourist attractions. This rock with an umbrella shape in the small town of Babile, despite its potential, is not on the list of Ghana's popular tourist destinations yet. Now, JoyNews' Justice Beidou has been to the community located in the Drapa municipality to explore the story behind this rock.
On the outskirts of the Babile township lies a long stretch of rocks. For many of the people born in this small town, like 72-year-old Clement Doma, these sacred rocks are their identity.
We migrated from some areas before we came. When we were born, we came and met the rocks.
It is a town founded on art and in the middle of the slave trade era. The rocks cover an area of about 200 square meters. The overhang on the top is large enough to cover about 10 people at once and provide shade from rain and sunshine. Even though the pivot on which the top rock lies might seem very small, it looks really strong.
To the beginning, during the time of our grandfathers, this place was a hiding place for people, particularly during the slavery time. So some people have to come to hide here for shelter. There were some animals, hyenas, elephants, or what used to be here.
Like many of Ghana's tourism potential sites, this one is undeveloped. The road leading to it is untarred and dusty. The people here want something done about that.
You people have just come to see, to observe, to see the rocks. So people travel in and out. You come to see the rocks. We are thinking that some NGO could come to help to fence the area.
So next time that you think of making a trip to the Upper West region, put the Babile Umbrella Rock on your bucket list of places to see. Justice Paidu, JoyNews, Babile.
Breathtaking scene there indeed. Make sure you stop by Babile the next time you are in the Upper West region. You're still live on JoyNews today with me, Daniel Daze. Stay with us. Away from all the fun, attending dialysis sessions twice every week has completely taken everything from 30-year-old double kidney patient Felicia Ayamga. The former laboratory technician would need $35,000 to undergo surgery to replace the failing lungs. Lower FM's Kwesi Debra visited her at the Komfanoche Teaching Hospital and brings us more.
My name is Ayamga Felicia. I'm from Upper East region. I've been sick for 1 year for kidney disease. Started last year, that was 2019. I started growing lean. So I did some checkups and we realized that it was like that. So they have to refer me to Tamale Teaching Hospital.
Doctor Musa went to me, sorry, went to me. Immaculate, I am immaculate. Nubane Felicia. Kane a bon baby. Numiam bomb. Mi pa to was in a point, mu bomb, Kakarani, Mubana.
And the money involved is $35,000. I therefore appeal for the whole country to help me so that I'll be able to undergo the surgery. They said I have to pay $35,000. I want to be well again. I'm tired. I'm tired of the sickness. Please help me. Help me. Obi biara obetimi abo me bia mpacho bo me mo bo me. Emitimi koye operation na ma bre. Ma da form sa mitimi nya hwe. Pamcho bebre mo bo me.
And this is where we end today's bulletin of Joy News today. We started at 12:30 today to make way for the launch of the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. You're invited to join us at the Accra International Conference Center at any day over the weekend for all the solutions that you need in the housing industry. Many thanks for joining us.
News Today was brought to you by
Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemists, because everyone needs a chemist.